Zip Zip was a rabbit, not just any rabbit. A rabbit who hopped. But Zip Zip wasn't just any ordinary hopper. He had a special talent for hopping that made him stand out from all the other rabbits in the forest. His hops were high, graceful, and full of joy. Every time he hopped, it was as if he was dancing with the wind. He lived in a forest, a magical forest. Trees talked, mushrooms sang. It was nuts. The trees would whisper secrets of the ancient times, and the mushrooms would sing melodies that could make anyone smile. The forest was alive with magic, and Zip Zip loved every bit of it. The air was always filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the sound of rustling leaves. Zip Zip loved to hop. He hopped over logs. He hopped around flowers. He even hopped on his own shadow. That's how much he loved to hop. Every morning, he would start his day with a series of hops, exploring every nook and cranny of the forest. He would greet the flowers with a hop, jump over streams, and even challenge himself to hop higher and farther each day. His hops were not just a way to move around, they were his way of expressing his happiness and zest for life. One sunny day, Zip Zip was hopping. He was hungry. He wanted a carrot. He saw a big one, like really big. The sun was shining brightly, casting a golden glow over the forest. Zip Zip's tummy rumbled, reminding him that it was time for a snack. As he hopped through the forest, he spotted a carrot that was unlike any he had ever seen before. It was enormous, with a vibrant orange hue that made it stand out among the greenery. Zip Zip hopped closer. This wasn't just any carrot. This was an adventure carrot. With each hop, his excitement grew. He could feel the adventure calling out to him. The carrot seemed to have a magical aura around it, and Zip Zip knew that finding this carrot was the beginning of a new journey. He imagined all the wonderful things he could do with such a magnificent carrot. Maybe it would give him super hopping powers, or perhaps it would lead him to a hidden treasure. The possibilities were endless, and Zip Zip couldn't wait to find out what lay ahead. The carrot was huge. It was taller than Zip Zip. It was orange and green, and it was wiggling. Zip Zip took a bite. Ouch, he yelled. The carrot was moving. It tickled his nose. The giant carrot laughed. You can't eat me, little rabbit. It boomed. I'm the Carrot King. Zip Zip hopped back. He was confused. He was scared. He was also a little bit hungry still. Okay. Zip Zip squeaked. You win. You are the Carrot King. He hopped away, looking for a less challenging snack. Zip Zip hopped into a meadow. He saw a badger. The badger was grumpy. He was trying to sleep. Zip Zip hopped on the badger's head. Wake up, he shouted. The badger grumbled. He didn't like being woken up. Next, Zip Zip saw an owl. The owl was sleepy. It was trying to stay awake. Zip Zip hopped in front of the owl. He started doing a dance. It was a funny dance. The owl started to laugh. It couldn't help it. Zip Zip was a very funny dancer. Section 4, the accidental party animal. Zip Zip, a curious little rabbit, hopped into a grove. The grove was hidden, shrouded by thick bushes and tall trees. It was a secret place, known to very few in the forest. Zip Zip had never ventured this far before, and his heart raced with excitement and a hint of nervousness. What could be waiting for him in this mysterious place? As he pushed through the last of the underbrush, he saw something amazing. Lights were flashing in a myriad of colors, casting a magical glow on the trees. Music was playing, a rhythmic beat that made his feet tap involuntarily. Animals were dancing, moving to the beat with joy and abandon. It was a scene unlike anything Zip Zip had ever seen before. He stood there, wide-eyed, taking it all in. There in the middle of it all was a fox on a drum set. The fox's paws moved with incredible speed and precision, creating a beat that resonated through the forest. Zip Zip had never seen a fox play drums before, and he was mesmerized by the sight. The fox seemed to be in his own world, lost in the music. Nearby, a squirrel was scratching records on a DJ set. The squirrel's tiny paws moved deftly over the vinyl, creating a sound that blended perfectly with the fox's drumming. Zip Zip couldn't help but bob his head to the beat. The squirrel looked so cool and confident, completely in control of the music. An owl was wearing headphones, perched high on a branch, nodding along to the music. The owl's eyes were half closed, lost in the rhythm. Zip Zip had always thought of owls as wise and serious, but this one looked like he was having the time of his life. It was a forest rave, a secret party that only the coolest animals knew about. The entire scene was surreal. The forest, usually so quiet and serene, was alive with energy and music. Animals of all kinds were dancing and laughing, their faces lit up with joy. Zip Zip felt a thrill of excitement. He had stumbled upon something truly special. Zip Zip couldn't believe his eyes. He had never imagined that such a place could exist. It was like a dream, a magical world hidden within the forest. He felt a sense of wonder and amazement. This was a side of the forest he had never seen before, and he was eager to be a part of it. He had to join in. He loved to dance, and the music was calling to him. He felt the beat in his bones, and he couldn't resist the urge to move. He took a deep breath, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. This was his chance to be a part of something amazing. With a determined look on his face, he hopped into the middle of the dance floor. The other animals welcomed him with smiles and cheers. He felt a rush of joy as he started to dance, moving to the beat with all his might. The music, the lights, the energy of the crowd, it was all so exhilarating. It was time to party. Zip Zip danced like he had never danced before, losing himself in the music and the moment. He felt a sense of freedom and happiness that he had never known. This accidental discovery had turned into the best night of his life. The forest rave was a magical place, and Zip Zip was now a part of it. Section 5. Dancing with the Forest. Zip Zip started hopping. He hopped up and down. The forest was alive with the sound of rustling leaves and chirping birds. The sun filtered through the canopy, casting playful shadows on the forest floor. Zip Zip felt the rhythm of the forest in his tiny feet. He was in sync with nature, feeling every beat and pulse around him. He hopped side to side. His movements were light and graceful, almost as if he was floating on air. The other animals watched in awe as Zip Zip moved effortlessly, his fur glistening in the dappled sunlight. He was not just dancing, he was telling a story with every hop and skip. He even tried to spin around. The other animals stopped dancing. They stared at Zip Zip. His spins were clumsy at first, but he didn't give up. With each attempt, he got better, more confident. The forest seemed to hold its breath, waiting to see what he would do next. The birds paused their songs, and even the wind seemed to still. They had never seen a rabbit dance like that before. Zip Zip froze. He felt embarrassed. His ears drooped and his heart raced. He could feel the eyes of every creature on him, judging him. He wondered if he had made a mistake, if he should have just stayed still like the other rabbits. He wanted to disappear. Maybe he wasn't a good dancer after all? Suddenly, the music changed. A new melody filled the air, one that was faster and more upbeat. It was as if the forest itself was encouraging him to keep going, to not give up. It became faster. It became more fun. The animals started cheering. They clapped their paws, hooves, and wings, creating a symphony of support. Zip Zip felt a surge of energy. He realized that the animals weren't laughing at him. They were cheering him on. They admired his courage and his unique style. Zip Zip realized they liked his dancing. He smiled. His confidence soared, and he began to dance with even more enthusiasm. His movements became more fluid, more expressive. He was no longer just a rabbit. He was a performer, captivating his audience with every step. He hopped back into the crowd. The party was on. The forest was alive with joy and laughter. Animals of all kinds joined in, dancing and celebrating together. Zip Zip had started something beautiful, a dance that united them all. The forest had never felt so alive, so connected, and Zip Zip knew that he had found his place dancing with the forest. Section 6. Homeward Bound and Belly Rubs. The sun started to set, the music faded, the animals started to yawn. The party was over. Zip Zip was tired. He had danced so much, he had never had so much fun. He was ready for bed. He hopped all the way home. His mom was waiting. She gave him a carrot. She rubbed his belly. "You look tired," she said. "Did you have a good day?" Zip Zip smiled. He had had the best day ever. Section 7. Zip Zip's Next Big Leap. Zip Zip closed his eyes. He was very sleepy, but he was also happy. He couldn't wait for tomorrow's new adventures. Maybe he would find another adventure. Maybe he would make new friends. Maybe he would even find a dancing partner. One thing was for sure, Zip Zip's adventures were just beginning.